Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. My name is Mike Amos, and of course, Michael Amos will be calling in soon from Grayton Beach, Florida. And of course, we're looking forward to a big day on this Tuesday. Uh, and of course, we're looking on down the stretch here, Tuesday the 25th. Steve, when have you got when do the goblins come outside? Do you know? Monday night is Halloween, so get ready. yeah, Friday, Monday is Halloween, and the trick-or-treaters will be everywhere on Monday, so get ready for them. Of course, this show is brought to you by the Withington Group. Remember, you're in good hands with Allstate. See Perry Green at the Withington Group right here in Troy. Of course, we appreciate them. They've been with us for a long time. Johnny Withington, my ex-teammate and very good friend, and Tank Green was my teammate and a great friend. And James Lucas, who's retired, is my real good friend, and he's now retired. But they made the their agency one of the top insurers in the area, and of course we appreciate them very much. And also want to mention our good friends at Bird Drugs on the corner in downtown Troy, and order cracked eggs. That means they're gonna crack the eggs and scramble them for you with hot grits, delicious bacon or sausage that they've got patty or link sausage, and then they've got hot grits, delicious grits, and biscuit homemade. Well, I don't know if they're homemade, but they sure are good. They're real good biscuits, and also you can get toast and a good hot cup of coffee or. I tell you, it is a real good place to eat breakfast right here in Troy. I want to mention last night the sort of surprised me a little bit as the former Alabama quarterback Jones was lifted in the first inning and never came back in the game, and the pure the young rookie came in his place, threw a touchdown pass, but didn't do a whole lot after that. As so Belichick trying to get his 330, I want to say 334, which would have which would put him in second place behind Don Shula in the most wins ever by a pro football coach. And but he couldn't do it last night. The Bears beat them last night in pro football. Of course, we got a lot of football to talk to you about this week, and also we're going to talk some about the state volleyball tournament is underway in Birmingham, and a lot of local teams, including the Enterprise Wildcats, who have to play Hoover at noon in the first round of that tournament. And we've got high school football. Of course, many of the teams are off this week, getting ready for the playoffs, and we'll talk to you about that today, and other things that are going on in the sports world, and we appreciate our support from Cinco Drugs. There's been a Cinco behind that drugstore counter for a long time, and of course we appreciate them very much being part of our show. And Town and Country Flooring, Lana and Scott, great people, and they not only do they have a super flooring company, they do tremendous work, whether it's carpet or whether it's wood flooring or whether it's brick flooring. That they've got you covered, I promise you. and then also their grills, best selection of grills in this area, and we appreciate them very much. Want to also mention A1 Services this morning and say hello to Terry and all the folks that represent him. I tell you what, if he tells you he's going to do something, he's going to do it. I've done business with him for years, and he has yet to let me down whenever I really needed him, and I appreciate it very much. Raymond, Style Shop on South Frontage Street, and Troy Bank and Trust Company, the only bank you'll ever need. And of course, we got a lot to go, this week, and some big college games, and like I said, some real big football games. Some of the Thursday night games already, Dothan and at Jeff Davis, Cottonwood at Headland, Opp at Ashwood, and Slocum at Geneva County, Strawn at Providence, and the Pike Liberal Arts play host to Calhoun. And that is the last game of the season for Pike Liberal, and it's going to be played at home. And there's a good shot at winning this one, and hopefully they can. Of course, they're going up against a talented bunch of kids from Calhoun. But remember, home football game at Pike Liberal Arts this Thursday night. I got them down for Thursday night. Steve, is that right? Yeah, Calhoun and Pike. It's a Thursday night game? Okay. That even makes it better. It's a Thursday night game. There'll be a lot of people out there to support the Patriots in their last game of the year. And also there's a long list of other games being played this weekend. We'll give you those. Well, I can give them to you right now. Other games being played this week. Enterprise goes to Robert E. Lee High School in Montgomery. They'll probably stop by one of our local restaurants on the way back to Enterprise. St. James is playing at Carroll, so there's another Montgomery team playing at Carroll High School of Ozark. Carroll made the playoffs, I think. We'll double check that. Rehoboth at G.W. Long. You've got Houston Academy. This is going to be a big football game, ladies and gentlemen. This game will be played Friday night in Brundage, Pike County High School, playing undefeated Houston Academy of Dothan. And I think a win here puts the Bulldogs in the tournament. Now they could have, if they're already in there. I need to know that today. But this is going to be a huge game, though. Undefeated Houston Academy against a very good team from Pike County, a team that's gotten better every week. And look out for them. New Brockton at Northside, Red Level at Sampson, Wicksburg at Dadeville. Reeltown coming to play at Zion Chapel. Elba at McKenzie, that great running back at Elba. Kinston at Houston County. Dave's Grocery. Dave speaking.
Good morning.
Okay, who are you, sir? I've got groceries ready. I took a phone order just a while ago. Are you going to bring them by me?
Yeah. Roy Amos from
Great Beach. Okay, I got you. Well, how are things going this morning?
They're fine. Trying to get the girls out of school. They got a theme week where they have to wear all these different outfits all week.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Getting ready for Halloween.
Yeah.
We've got 3 or 4 different Halloween events to go to this week. So we'll be having a lot of candy.
Well, that's what it's all about. Trick or treating.
Yeah. Watched the Bears destroy the Patriots.
Do you know why, Mike? they pulled him after being in there four different times. They pulled Jones, and he never went back in.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty rough.
It was really sad.
Severe ankle sprain. He definitely was not 100% healthy.
But that had nothing to do with it, Michael. The other guy, they put the other guy in there because the other guy made it happen. But he didn't make much happen, though.
Yeah, well, Jones had a phenomenal year last year, but, unfortunately, his offensive coordinator is now the head coach of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Basically, the Patriots offensive coordinator is a guy named Matt Patricia that's been a defense coordinator for his whole career in the NFL.
Oh, gosh.
So, doesn't have a great coach right now. He's playing for New England as far as offensive coordinator.
Well, and the other guy, Mike, jumped in there and he was responsible for 2 touchdowns. But, after that, he didn't do anything much either.
Oh, I listened to Peyton and Eli last night.
Yeah, I did too.
The Manning cast. That was fun to watch. I don't really get to watch a whole lot of Monday Night Football, but I enjoyed it.
Well, the thing about it, though, I felt so bad. He's like a little boy. He looks like a little boy, Jones does, and he went back there and just sat down. And I think a lot of people felt bad for him, because it was like he couldn't do the job, Mike.
They got a lot of money invested in him. First round pick. I mean, I would be shocked if they end up giving the job to a 5th round pick after a couple of games.
Well, they acted like it, and I wanted to kick their butts because of it. Because he, like you said, he is a proven winner, and then they did him like that. It was really a sad. I don't know how many people out there saw it last night, but it was like a little boy. A little high school boys saying, "Oh, they want me to go in instead of you." You know what I mean?
Watching Peyton and Eli, they were talking about it last night. They were saying what a tough situation it is.
Well, I tell you what, you could sure
get pulled that quick.
And they were just like I was. They were wanting Jones to be the quarterback.
Well, I know Jones had done the Manning Academy over the years as well, so they probably had a relationship with him.
I'm sure they did. You're right. You can tell, and also the color man, you can tell he was hurt by it too.
He's my Herb Street.
Not Herb Street, the pro doing the game last night.
I thought Herb Street does Monday Night Football. Was it Joe Buck and Aikman now? I can't think of who all the crews are.
Well, the main group, Mike.
Yeah, I think Joe Buck and Troy Aikman do.
Yeah, Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman. You could tell he was rooting for Jones, and it was really sort of sad to see. I hated that.
Yeah, a guy sent me a text yesterday. Troy's ranked 29th in the USA Today poll.
Oh boy, I love it. Well, I love it. I say, but it also
29th in the country. That's about the highest we've been since we were actually ranked under Neil Brown. I think 25th after the LSU win.
Yeah.
And then of course we turned around and got beat by South Alabama.
You know what I'm saying. A lot of times you get ranked and you got to go somewhere to get beat. You know what? Out of the rest of the teams on Troy's schedule, the team I would not like to play is Louisiana.
Yeah, they're hot.
And they're
first year head coach, and Billy Napier left to go to Florida. Took a lot of players and coaches, and then a lot of players transferred to LSU as well. And this guy's really doing a great job keeping a team together.
I tell you what, they're the type guys that will hit you in the mouth. I'm talking about they'll knock your teeth out. These guys are hard-nosed. Yes, sir. They are hard-nosed football team.
They've had Troy's number for years, too. So this will be a big game coming up. Hopefully Troy will get healthy and get some guys back. I'm on Zoom if Steve wants to put me on.
Yeah, Mike's on Zoom this morning, and brought to you by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks on the bypass in Troy. Jason Gregory has a selection of new and used cars and trucks. In fact, he's got to get all these used cars and trucks off the lot, and he's got them at rock bottom prices. So remember, nobody deals
Beat
like
Premier, dude.
Premier. You're right. And also, my good friend I pulled in the other day and got a pizza, and it was hot and ready and delicious, and people at my office just loved it, and we appreciate the best pizza around. No question about it.
What, Little Caesars?
Yeah, Little Caesars, and of course, if you want, first of all, it's the best meal in town for the money. No question about it. The best meal in town for the money. You can feed 3 or 4 people easily. And then the quality of the food is delicious. And Little Caesars got the other one beat in price and in delicious pizza.
Yeah, I was telling my wife this morning, we were trying to get the girls ready for school, and she said, what's the weather going to be like down there? I said, it's going to be in the 80s the rest of the week.
I know it.
Great cold snap. And now it's warming up again like crazy. It's kind of hard to figure out. That was one of the colder snaps, and I think October I'd ever seen. It broke a record one day at the low in Troy for 31 degrees. But it's going to be pretty warm again this week. Hard to believe that we're going into week 9 of the football season.
Yeah, I know. It's
going to be over before you know it.
I know it. Mike Rivers, the Troy punter, was named Special Teams Player of the Week this week.
Yeah, he did have a really good game. That was his best game probably since the Ole Miss game.
Yeah, Rivers delivered averaging 42.8 yards on 6 punts. 4 of 6 landed inside the 20-yard line. Helped Troy defeat South Alabama 10-6 for its 5th straight victory in the series. And he's a native of Wilmington, North Carolina. Rivers had a long kick last Thursday, 54 yards, and his average was lowered on a 29-yard punt that he pinned the Jags inside the 11-yard line. Troy held South Alabama to a pair of field goals in the game, and drives that started at the 12, 11, the 24, 20. Listen to this. South Alabama started with drives of 12, 11, 24, 7, 26, and 13. Can you believe that? Man, that's keeping them backed up, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the only time they had the ball in good field positions when Daggy threw that horrible interception. He had a guy wide open, Ray J. Johnson, UAB transfer. And
was he wide open?
He threw it short to Tez Johnson instead of throwing it deep to Ray J. Johnson, who was wide open. They showed it on ESPN how open he was. But, this transfer portal is just amazing. If you looked at it on Troy's roster, you don't really see it, as prevalent as the other schools. But then you look at Mike Rivers, transfer North Carolina A&T, starting kicker there for 2 or 3 years. Boy gets him in the portal. He's been fantastic. Brooks Boosh makes a 51-yard field goal, one of the biggest clutch kicks that I can remember at Troy, one of the longest kicks I can remember at Troy, transferred from Georgia.
Yeah.
So you got your starting kicker, transferred from Georgia, your starting punters from North Carolina A&T, starting snapper was from LSU.
Oh boy.
Named Skinner.
Huh.
It's just so amazing how you build a program now.
Yeah, what I'm saying, and I hate to say this, but it's the truth. I'm thinking that the day of recruiting kids out of high school is going to be over with. I mean, I think
if you can't get like a 4 or 5 star or a 3-star, I would not waste a scholarship on a high school kid. I'd wait and get a kid out of the portal.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, the kid might be better off in the portal because let's just say he was looking at say Louisiana. Looking at you got a scholarship offer from Louisiana. Then you have teams, the larger teams come in like Baylor, like Texas Tech, like West Virginia, somebody like that.
Troy lost their star receiver a couple of years ago to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
But how Troy held on, there's a great article. One of the longest, articles I've ever read on ESPN.com about Carlton Marshall.
Oh, really?
He's about to break the all-time tackle record. Yeah, it came out against South Alabama. It was written by Alex Scarborough. I wish you could pull it up to read, but it will take forever to read. But Coach Summerall made a point that he had to recruit Carlton Marshall to stay. That he had several Power 5 offers, which we all thought.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They had to be coming after him.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Probably tons of money he turned down, too, and named
Oh, I know it. I know it.
And then Coach Summerall really was furious that a couple of Sunbelt teams were trying to get him as well, especially South Alabama, which he thought was a huge slap in the face. He mentioned in the article, that he can understand Power 5 teams coming after him, but how dare some Sunbelt teams come after him?
I'll tell you this, and I bet this. Now, this is what I hate. Troy probably had to go out and find some money for him. I bet they did.
Had to go out and find some money, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Mike, if you can get it, why wouldn't he go after the money?
He's sponsored. He's sponsored by Jones Medical Supply. I don't know how much he gets.
I know.
He has name, image, and likeness through them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure he's got name, image, and likeness maybe for a few other people. But I'm just saying, like, it's amazing that he stayed. It's amazing that Solomon stayed. Solomon had 10 sacks last year. Junior had 9 sacks last year.
Yeah.
And had already played at Auburn.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it's a credit to Summerall that he got all these great defensive players to stay.
Yeah.
Troy defensively, everybody knew was going to be really good this year, but I'm sure a lot of people thought they were going to lose a lot of players to the portal, but they didn't.
Mike, you said something to me the other day.
You know Del Pettis, the great safety for Troy's been starting for 2 or 3 years? His brother is the starting offensive tackle at Ole Miss.
Oh, I didn't know that.
How in the world did he not get Ole Miss?
Yeah,
his parents sat right in front of us at the
did.
Ole Miss game. They had a jersey made. On the front was Troy, on the back was Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what? Ole Miss, I think, I don't.
But no, I'm just talking about how the portal works. I mean, I can't believe that Del Pettis didn't go transfer to Ole Miss, play with his brother.
Every day. Now I don't know what there's got to be a limit or time limit that they have on this, but you would see coaches probably going back to their office or going to their office this morning and flip on the portal, see who's out there. And wouldn't that be the case?
Troy got Daggy late out of the portal. They got Costelli.
And where is Costelli being? Are they going to redshirt him? Costelli, they said, is a sprinter, has great speed, and is a real good runner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They also got a kid named Eric Shaw from South Carolina that played at Reeltown, was like a 4-star or 3-star recruit. He got hurt, I think, in the Ole Miss game. I mean, Troy's got.
Well, what position did this kid play from Reeltown?
He played tight end and defensive end, and I think that Troy was playing him at linebacker.
Yeah, did they still have him?
He got hurt in the Ole Miss game.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Now if he doesn't play 4 games,
it'll be interesting to see. What Coach Summerall does. I was talking to a buddy yesterday, and this really is the year to win on defense because our defense is just loaded with so many guys back. But after next year, man, we're going to lose a lot of great players on defense. He's going to have to hit the portal heavy next year.
He really is. And I tell you what, anybody looking at the defensive players, I'd keep my eye. If I was a bigger school, I'd probably keep my eye on Troy because they know where the defensive players are, evidently.
Well, it's definitely one of those situations where the defense was really good last year up until like the last couple of games. But for the longest time last year, Troy had only given up 24 points, was the most points they'd given up to like that 9th or 10th game.
Yeah.
Only time Troy gave up over 30 this year was against App State. We didn't know how that ended on a fluke play.
You're right.
I mean, the App State game now is looking so big. I mean, Troy pretty much would be undefeated in conference, 7-1. Basically, if they beat Lafayette, they would almost already have clinched the West. because everybody else has already got 1 or 2 losses in the West.
Mike, something that everybody's talking about is what are they going to do about all these fans that are just, going out on the field and
Yeah,
like,
LSU got fined
I mean,
$250,000. I didn't know they
I,
stormed the field against Ole Miss.
I mean, how could they get excited over Ole Miss?
They won by 25.
And then
I can totally understand Tennessee.
Yeah, I could understand
Tennessee. Tennessee had lost 15 straight. They went on a miracle kick at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Dude, how do you not do that? But I mean, all these other people running on the field make no sense.
And did you know this? When Troy the Hail Mary pass and everything.
Oh yeah.
Did you know they hit the?
App State deserved to run on the field.
I mean, hey, I would have too.
Like that?
I would have too, and they did, and they said that the field was packed. That Appalachian State just covered the field, fans. But somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt, and you're gonna see some suits and so forth going on.
You're going to see that regardless.
Yeah.
Always something like that that's going to happen, especially with social media and cameras.
But why on earth? Why it's pitiful. It's pitiful. Here, LSU won a national championship 2 or 3 years ago, and now their fans are going onto the field after beating Ole Miss. They have fallen. They have fallen fast, haven't they?
Is Steve going to put me on Zoom? Are the cameras working?
Yeah. Steve, Mike needs to be on Zoom, please. You know, man. Well, we're going to take it. Let's take a short break, Mike. We'll be right back.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone, so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
These teenage years can be tricky to navigate, especially when it comes to teaching my son about managing money. I'm thankful for helpful tools like Sidekick from Max. With Sidekick, requesting and rewarding money is easy. He can earn it by completing chores, making honor roll, or simply making a request from his own app. I love that I can easily monitor his purchases and set limits to help him learn to make smart choices with his spending, even on video games. Sidekick. Find it in your Max app.
Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to mention Troy University's Theater and Dance Department has a wonderful it's Thursday night with American Classic, A Streetcar Named Desire. The show will run until October the 30th, but you want to see an outstanding theater production. This is one right here, A Streetcar Named Desire, being put on by the theater department at Troy University.
Yeah, that's the baby that Marlon Brando was in, wasn't it?
Yeah. In fact, write these down: October 21st through the 23rd, and then October the 27th through the 30th that the production will be held, and great opportunity to go to the theater, go to one of our fine restaurants, and then take your wife to the theater. And one thing I would like them to say, it would be great if somebody was cooking hot dogs outside the theater like they do in New York. Oh,
I tell you what, if it comes down to hot dog eating contest between you and me, I'd probably win that. I'm a big hot dog guy as well.
Well, let me tell you
I miss hot dogs in Birmingham, Alabama, man. There were so many great hot dog places. But
well, I'll tell you where.
You don't have any of them at the beach.
Well, I'll tell you this too. Yeah, and it seems like these rolling restaurants now. That's getting to be a popularity, isn't it?
The what?
The rolling restaurants.
Rolling?
You got a truck and it rolls to a place and stops and starts.
Food trucks.
Yeah, food trucks. Yeah. But I would say this: where a great hot dog, Mike. Everybody talks about the hamburger place at Sites and Con. It's
Hamburger King?
Yeah, Hamburger King. Let me tell you this: try their hot dogs. If you like onions, that's what makes their hamburger so good. The way they dice their onions and so forth. But I tell you this: just pick up the phone and call them and order a dozen, and you'll want more. At Hamburger King, they're delicious hot dogs, especially if you like onions on your hot dog. It's really a good place. A friend of mine, what he did, he ordered 12 the other day, and took them back and started throwing them to different. They wrapped tightly, and he was throwing them around to all his employees.
I tell my wife that all the time. We live at the beach, and I said, if somebody just sat in their yard and great, the amount of people walking back and forth during the day, just walkers along, it's like 500 people. You just out there with grilling hot dogs and hamburgers all day, and you could probably charge about $8 or $9 for them, because everybody down here's got money. That's how much money you can make in a day.
Oh, I know it.
Hot dogs from yard.
Yeah, you're right. I can see them walking in your yard and sitting down and eating.
I could even eat them off for a cold beer for about $5.
Oh boy!
Here's the updated football standings in the Sun Belt Conference. Coastal Carolina is currently leading the East Division. They're 3-1, 6-1 overall. Only loss was at home to Old Dominion. Old Dominion finally got beat this weekend in conference. They're 2-1, 3-4 overall, so they don't have a really good record. James Madison's 3-2, 5-2 overall. But they don't factor in because they're transitioning to Division One. So James Madison's record in conference doesn't matter. Georgia Southern's 2-2, 5-3 overall with a win over Nebraska. So you look at it right there, Coastal Carolina's already bowl eligible. Georgia Southern needs one more win to be bowl eligible. Then App State is 2-2, 4-3 in the conference. So they're pretty close to being bowl eligible. Only need two more wins. Then Marshall is 1-2 in the conference, 4-3 overall, including a win over Notre Dame. Shocking to me, Georgia State's been awful this year. 1-2 in the conference, 2-5 overall.
But I'd hate to have to play them. Wouldn't you hate to have to play them?
Oh yeah, they're good athletes. But this is what we're interested in. Troy is 4-1 in conference. Detroit has the best conference record of anybody right now. They've already played 5 conference games. They're 4-1, 6-2 overall. They've won 5 in a row. But this is where it's going to kind of get scary for Troy. South Alabama's 2-1, 5-2 overall. So South Alabama's about to get bowl eligible. We need South Alabama to lose another conference game because Troy has already got the head-to-head over South Alabama. Southern Miss is 2-1 in conference, 4-3 overall. They've won 2 in a row, including beating Texas State at Texas State on one of the last plays of the game with a touchdown pass.
Is that what happened? Is that how they beat them?
Yeah, that's how they beat them. So Southern Miss needs to lose again as well. But Southern Miss will play Lafayette this weekend. So that will it'd be either a loss to Lafayette or a loss to Southern Miss. But I'll be honest with you kind of want Lafayette to beat them because Lafayette already lost 2 games.
Yeah, that's right.
They're 2-2, 4-3. They've won 2 in a row. Texas State's 1-3, lost a heartbreaker to Southern Miss. Their coach is going to get fired. He's about to have his 4th straight losing season as a head coach.
All right, now tell me who he beat now.
He beat App State's his biggest win so far.
No, this past weekend. Who they beat this past weekend?
No, Texas State got beat on the last second by Southern Miss.
Oh boy, that was tough, wasn't it?
So Texas State's 1-3, 3-5 in the conference. They're out of it. ULM's out of it, 1-3, 2-6 in the conference. La Monroe has now lost 4 in a row. Arkansas State's out of it. They're 1-4, 2-6 in the conference. But keep in mind, if Troy can get by Lafayette, he's 4-3, 2-2 in the conference. They play Southern Miss this weekend. If they beat Southern Miss, they're going to be 5-3. That Troy game's going to be huge. But Troy finishes the season with La Monroe at home and Arkansas State on the road. So Troy's got a great chance to win the West and represent the West in the Sun Belt Conference.
But I tell you, Arkansas State scares me though. I just know how good they've been in the past.
They scare you when they're 1-4 and 2-6 right now.
Yeah, but they still got. Who did you say was?
And they get their brains beat out every weekend.
Who did you say was going to probably lose his job?
Savanaugh at Texas State. It's about to have his 4th straight losing season.
Okay.
He'll probably be fired. Before the season's over.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's never won.
Yeah.
The whole time he's been there.
Yeah. I was thinking about it.
In Texas State, there's so many great hospital programs in Texas.
Oh yeah.
School in Texas ought to be pretty good.
Oh yeah. No question about it. They're loaded with talent.
But it's one of those things where Troy has got the biggest game they've had in several years coming up. Not this weekend, but next weekend against Lafayette.
Yeah. Want to mention
Lafayette though has a very good quarterback. I watched him against Marshall the other night. A guy can run and throw, and then they always got big, physical, tall wide receivers as well.
You're talking about
Louisiana Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette. Yeah. Yeah, they've got talent, no question about it. And,
they got talent. It's amazing how much they lost too. Or the transfer portal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. You could have a star player, let's just say a quarterback, lead your team to victory, and then the next thing you know, he's playing at another school.
Yeah, Lafayette finally lost their quarterback last year that had been a starter for like 5.
I know it, and he was something. Now you're right.
Yeah, he could fly.
And I don't know whatever happened to him. He was a great player.
I don't know if he got a chance in the pros or not, or if he's
going
to try to play in Canada or somewhere else.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what they're talking about Marshall. Will Marshall get a shot in the NFL? But in that article, somebody mentioned he could play in Canada and lead a team in Canada in tackles every year for about 10 years. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of shot he gets in the NFL. He's only 5'8".
Yeah. He's a great player, no question about it.
Sam Mills, though, played for the Saints and played for the Carolina Panthers, and he was 5'9".
Yeah.
And he was all pro.
Who was the guy that played so long with Tampa, Mike? He was a defensive back, played in the pros for a pretty long time.
Played at Troy?
Yeah, that played at Troy.
Albert Mack played for
I think that might have been who it was, Albert Mack.
Yeah, Troy has really nobody in the pros anymore except Mario Addison, the kid out of Sharon. Birmingham, still playing for the Houston Texans. He's 35 years old.
Yeah. Want to mention
Steve McClendon from Ozark never got on the roster this year, so I guess he's going to retire.
Well, I hate it because
he played a long time though in the pros.
Yeah, he had a good career, and of course I'm sure will have an excellent retirement. And I tell you.
Yeah, he won the Super Bowl too with Brady.
Yeah, he was a heck of a player, no question about it. Want to mention on a sad note, a friend of mine, a friend of a lot of folks around here, Marvin Vickers, died this past week, and he was, of course, grew up in Troy, and of course was real involved when he was in high school. And of course, his wife Carolyn was Carolyn Ammons. And knew her very well. She preceded him, and she passed away 4 or 5 years ago. But another good Trojan has gone to live with our Father in heaven, and of course he has quite a resume. It's very impressive, and of course he loved Troy. He was a big Troy man, and he played the sound of the South, and just a great Trojan. And
Hey, got big news. Alabama LSU game is going to be a night game in Tiger Stadium.
Ba 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 ba. You reckon you'll hear that?
It's going to be 6 o'clock kick.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alabama will fall. There's no way they can beat LSU at night in Baton Rouge.
It's going to be a 6 o'clock kick. I've been to at least 3 night games in Baton Rouge, and definitely it seems like the fan base drinks a little more leading up to that.
Well, I'll tell you what, they'll cook them a hog. They'll cook them a hog, and they'll be pulling meat off that hog and eating it like this. You know, hey, like this, and those ribs up like that. Boy, I love eating like the Cajuns.
Boy, you would have loved. I went to an event at Al's Beach on Friday night. They had a hog on the spit.
Oh man!
They were carving off the pork, and man, they made ribs, homemade sauce.
Did you get any of it?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was all you could eat.
Did you think about eating like Robin Hood? You know,
did eat like Robin
hey, like Robin Hood. Hey, like Robin Hood. Hey, look, it's a rib.
The guy in front of me, wanted the cheek.
He
wanted the hog cheek.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I didn't want anything to do with the cheek.
You wanted the testicles, is that right?
Yeah, I like the butt.
Yeah, the Boston butt.
But yeah, I tell you what, man, cooking a whole hog, that is a great thing.
Oh, it is.
They used to do that back in the day.
Yeah, and especially you'll grab that rib and just pull it off. Oh man, that's some good eating. And man, but another thing though, you got to have this. You got to have the right kind of sauce, and you know the right kind of sauce.
What, a vinegar-based sauce?
You're right. A vinegar-based sauce makes it so much better and so delicious. But you're right. That's where you enjoy a tailgating with that kind of food. I promise you.
You know, I was reading an article that is an overall ranking, Power 25 rankings for all the teams.
Here it is.
And they start off with 25 Fairhope 7-2. This is on AL.com. Number 24 is Ramsey at 8-2. Centerpoint, I don't know the last time I've heard of Centerpoint being this good. They're 8-1.
Are they 7-8?
It's not saying what they are. They defeated Oxford last week, 41-24.
Oh man, yeah.
They're 6-A. Then Gulf Shores Hospital. Keep in mind that's Mark Husband, used to be the head coach of Lafayette and UNA. Gulf Shores is 8-1.
Yeah.
So this is throughout the state of Alabama. Number 21 is a local team. Elba 9-0.
Yep. You got the great running back named Henderson. He's just a 10th grader.
So they're saying that Elba's one of the top 25 teams in the whole state. Doesn't matter classification.
Yeah.
Andalusia is 9-1. They had their first loss last week. Muscle Shoals is 7-1. Leeds is 9-0. Good to see Leeds has turned their program around.
Yeah.
Dessler is 10-0.
Dessler High of Tuscumbia.
Fife is 9-0.
Five? You mean, wait a minute, you mean Fife or Five?
Hewitt Trussell is 7-3, so they must have played a tough schedule to be number 14. Also, number 14 tied with them is Anniston's 9-0. Anniston hadn't been that good in a long time.
Anniston High School.
Hartsville is 9-0.
They're good.
Eastern Charles Center's opponent in the playoffs, which is never good. UMS Wright is 9-0.
Yeah.
They just defeated Faith Academy 21-20.
And Faith was one of
They'll play Williamson this week, who Coach Ambright says is a possible candidate to play Charles Anderson in the first round. Mountain Brook, that's my wife. My wife went to school at Mountain Brook, and my sister lives in Mountain Brook. Her daughter goes to Mountain Brook School. Mountain Brook's 7-2. They lost a heartbreaking game to Gardendale, 29-28 this past weekend.
Yeah.
And then the top 10 teams: Gardendale 7-2, Montgomery Catholic is 10-0.
I can't believe they were not ranked way up there, Mike, ahead of Andalusia.
Well, this is throughout all the states.
Yeah, I got you.
Hillcrest and Tuscaloosa is 10-0. Saraland is 8-1. Auburn High School is 8-1. They just beat Prattville 37-29. Clay Chalkville 8-1. I don't know who beat Clay Chalkville. That's a good question.
Yeah, but they're
Thompson is 7-3. They're number 4, but they played a lot of teams out of state. They just lost to Hoover 9-0. Man, that must be a great Hoover defense.
Yeah.
To win 9-0. Central Phoenix City 7-2. Theodore, wow, Theodore's ranked number 2 overall in the state.
I didn't know that. Golly.
They just beat Saraland 27-26, and then Hoover is 9-1. They beat Thompson last weekend 9-0.
They're number 1.
That's the overall best teams in the state of Alabama, all classifications.
That's really good. That's interesting. And Elba, a Class 1A team, was listed high up on that list.
Yeah. So, I was reading an article also. Steve Sarkisian is under a lot of heat with Texas fans. And this is an interesting article here. They're upset because when they got beat by Texas Tech, or not by Texas Tech, by Oklahoma State, a game they led throughout, over the weekend, the fan base is furious because win or lose at Texas, you're supposed to stand in front of the band and sing The Eyes of Texas Are Upon Us.
That's right. Like I've been working on the railroad. Yeah.
Yeah, but instead of singing the song after a loss, they headed to the locker room, and none of the players sang the song. And apparently there's a big uproar in the Texas fan base because they did not sing after losing at Oklahoma State. Wouldn't you as a player, wouldn't you as a coach, want to get to that locker room?
You're right. I wouldn't want to stand out there
on the field and have to sing that song.
Yeah, I would. You're right, Mike. I agree. So, why not? I can't believe that.
I can't believe that's a tradition. You have to sing that win or lose.
Yeah.
Also, we got the new AP poll out in college football. Georgia's a strong number 1. Ohio State's coming in second. Tennessee is now third, getting 13 number 1 votes. I don't know when the last time Tennessee's got any number 1 votes. Michigan's number 4. Clemson's number 5. Alabama's number 6, which is hard to believe because TCU's undefeated. So Alabama's ahead of an undefeated TCU team. Oregon and Bo Nix are number 8. Oklahoma State is 9. USC is 10. Wake Forest is 11. UCLA is 12. Penn State is 13. Utah 14. Ole Miss 15. Syracuse falls to number 16. How about this? Illinois number 17.
Yeah.
When in the world was the last time Illinois been ranked that high?
Are they undefeated? They've lost one game.
They've only lost one game. LSU number 18. Kentucky 19. Cincinnati, here they come again.
Yeah.
They've only lost one game. They're number 20. North Carolina, great job by Matt Brown.
Got a great quarterback. Got a super quarterback at North Carolina.
They're number 21. Number 22, Kansas State. How about this? Number 23, Tulane Green Wave.
That's right.
Tulane Green Wave has not been as good since they had Tommy Bowden.
Yeah, that's right.
NC State, number 24. And then South Carolina and Shane Beamer.
Beamer ball.
Number 25.
That's something. And how about?
Amazing job by Shane Beamer. What's the bowl game?
Well, I thought you said they had. I thought you said they had 30 on the list, Mike.
Well, no, I'm doing the AP poll.
Oh, the AP poll had 30 people on their poll, and Troy was ranked number 30. Is that right?
USA Today had Troy ranked number 29.
That was great.
So that's the AC poll I just went over.
Yeah.
The coaches poll is pretty similar.
Yeah. Mike, it looks like, and I should never jump the gun like this, but I will. It looks like Troy's going to at least win 7 games. That's going to put them in a pretty good bowl picture, won't it? They're going.
Well, you want to have a chance, in my opinion, you want to have a chance to either go to New Orleans or Mobile. So if Troy gets to, I would say, the championship game, if they play in a championship game, they'll either go to probably Mobile, and then the winner usually goes to New Orleans. But there is a bowl opportunity down in Florida.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah,
might be interested in.
I would. I'd love to go down there.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the bowl games there, man. Some of them are right around Christmas, which would not be good for me. But some of them start as early as the 17th and the 18th.
When is Johnny Williams' Camellia Bowl? When is that going to be?
I want to say that's on Christmas Day.
I don't know.
I think it was Christmas Day last year.
Yeah. Then the Mobile Bowl is usually later, isn't it? It's going to be.
Yeah.
They named that bowl after a candy bar, Mike.
Oh, I don't know. It changes names every year.
Yeah. But what's the peanut butter candy that people like so much?
What, Reese's?
Reese's. That's it. It's the Reese's Mobile Bowl or something like that.
Oh man, it's been the GoDaddy Bowl.
Yeah.
General Bowl.
Yeah.
A few years
That's
ago.
right. Yeah.
So many different things.
Yeah. But I mean, they're bowl eligible, but to get us,
you got to win more than 6
to
games.
get a third, to get a, and hopefully we can do that. And
here's the bowl schedule. It starts at the Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl on the 16th. So, Troy wouldn't play in that. UAB's played in that many times. How great would it be to go to Bahamas?
it would be wonderful. But Troy doesn't have an end there, do they?
No, but now Troy does have a tie-in with the Cure Bowl in Orlando on December the 16th, which would be a Friday.
Yeah, 16th.
How crazy would that be? I'm going on a family Disney trip for the first time with the girls on December the 4th, and then Troy might be playing in a bowl game in Orlando 2 weeks later.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Then they've got a bowl game called the Wasabi Fenway Bowl in Boston, Massachusetts, in Fenway Park on December 17th. Cricket Celebration Bowl. I've never even heard of that.
That's cricket telephones, I'm sure.
That might be the SWAC playing in that game. I'm not sure. And then they got the New Mexico Bowl on the 17th. The Jimmy Kimmel Los Angeles Bowl.
Are you serious? Jimmy Kimmel's got a bowl game?
He had a bowl game last year.
He did. I didn't know.
And then this is a bowl game Troy could definitely play in. The Lending Tree Bowl game. It's Lending Tree now in Mobile.
Oh, okay.
Mobile Bowl. So that would be on December the 17th on a Saturday.
That'd be good. That'd be perfect.
The SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl on the 17th on a Saturday. Frisco Bowl out of Texas on December 17th in Frisco, Texas. On a Monday, you would have an option for Troy to play in a bowl game as well. The Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
December the 19th on a Monday. So that would be a Sun Belt team, possibly Coastal Carolina. Would play in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl would be on a Tuesday.
Not interested. Not interested.
That would be in Boise, Idaho. The RootFlame.com Boca Raton Bowl would be on December the 20th. And, man, I do not like this. The RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl is now December 21st on a Wednesday of all.
Oh, gosh, yeah. What is that?
It's the only game in town.
Yeah.
But
I like that.
Wednesday night is like horrible travel day for people that have to work. I mean, I know it's right around Christmas. Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl.
Whoa, really? Lockheed Martin.
Yeah, Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. That's in Fort Worth, Texas. Radiant Technology Independence Bowl in Shreveport on the 23rd. Union Home Mortgage Gasparillo Bowl in Tampa, Florida on December 23rd. I will say on the ESPN.com, they had in the Gasparillo Bowl in Tampa, Florida on the 23rd, they had Troy playing Missouri.
Oh, man, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
That'd be great to play an SEC team, but we'll see if that happens.
And that would be in Tampa. That game would be in Tampa.
Yeah, December 24th, you get the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl. It'd be great to go to Hawaii. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And then on December 26th, you got the Quick Lane Bowl, Detroit, Michigan. And then Johnny Williams' bowl game is moved this year. It's December 27th at 11 a.m., the Camellia Bowl on a Tuesday at Crampton Bowl.
We had to get up early. Well, we got to get up early for that one, yeah.
A Tuesday bowl game in Montgomery at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
After Christmas. I wonder how many people would go to that. Third Pro First Responder Bowl, Dallas, Texas on December 27th. The Birmingham Bowl, Ticketmaster Birmingham Bowl, December 27th at 3:15.
That's on the same time as the Camellia Bowl.
No, they're all scattered out.
No. I mean, I know the time, but the same date.
Yeah, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 bowl games on December 27th.
Yeah. Okay.
After that, you'd have the Guaranteed Rate Bowl in Phoenix, Arizona. December 28th, you had the Military Bowl in Annapolis, Maryland. The 28th on a Wednesday, you had AutoZone Liberty Bowl. On the 28th on a Wednesday, you'd have the San Diego Holiday Bowl. On the 28th, you'd have the Tax Act Texas Bowl.
Oh,
on the 29th, you'd have the Bad Boy Motors Pinstripe Bowl in New York at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, gosh.
Then on the 29th, you'd have the Cheez-It Bowl. The 29th, you'd have the Alamo Bowl. December 30th, this is my favorite new bowl game, the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I support Duke's Mayo a lot.
Yeah, I like it, too.
Then on December 30th, you'd have Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Oh, my God. Barstool Sports has a bowl game. Arizona Bowl. Capital One Orange Bowl on December the 30th. So that's a big one there. Fran's Perfect Music City Bowl on December 31st. All-State Sugar Bowl on December the 31st. And then these are the ones that matter. The playoffs. December 31st, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, College Football Playoff Semifinal in Atlanta. And then you have the Fiesta Bowl, College Football Semifinal on the 31st as well in Glendale, Arizona. Then after that, you got a few more bowl games. I never even heard of this. The Reliant Quest Bowl, Tampa, Florida on January the 2nd. I think Tampa's got 4 different bowl games.
Oh, man.
Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic on January the 2nd. Citrus Bowl on January 2nd. You got the Rose Bowl on January 2nd. And then the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T in Inglewood, California on January the 9th.
Oh, boy. Isn't that something?
I need to take a Milo tea break. Let's go.
Somebody needs to take a break. We'll be back.
Plus 10%. We offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Wiley Sandals Truck Line been in business since 1959 and we'll still growing. We've been in business since 1959 and we'll still growing. Wiley Sandals Truck Line. From 1959 to 2022, we'll still growing. How many years is that, Mr. Glenn? 63. Ricky, why this T680?
Got a nice digital dashboard, easy to read.
Man, Wiley Sandals Truck Line. We got competitive pay. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We can get you home. Wiley Sandals. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sandals Truck Line.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by our good friends at Earl's Auto Sales, and of course, you've got problems with your car, whether or not it's been in a wreck or just has the glass broken out of it. They specialize in that, but they also do body work, and I tell you, they don't come any better than these folks. They do a great job, really do. At
So is the new barbecue location open downtown yet?
I haven't seen that it is.
They're going to have like a bar.
Yeah. It's not, and it's not going to be just barbecue. It's going to be it's going to be a full-fledged restaurant, evidently. And that's good. Another place.
I was looking at my schedule. I was wanting to maybe come to the Lawn Monroe game, see Troy one more time this year.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
I've got Seaside's big wine festival coming up the weekend. We play Army. I'd love to have gone to that Army game, but I think I'm going to have to. I got 5 different wineries coming in town from California.
Well, you ought to bring them up there.
I've got to probably help out as far as pouring to some of those yuppies at Seaside.
Yeah.
A lot of wine snobs at that event.
Everybody's got a wine glass, don't they?
Oh yeah, it's going to be one of those where probably 1,500 people attend that event.
Oh boy, that's something. Yeah. Of course, I want to mention a few things. Goshen defeated Horseshoe Bend in a big football game this past weekend.
I don't even remember Horseshoe Bend growing up. I don't even remember even reading those scores. Remember when I'd have to read every high school score team?
That's right, yeah. But Goshen piled up 279 yards rushing and 485 yards in total offense. I tell you, their coach, this new coach, has really been.
Yeah, Don Moore. He was assistant coach under Pate Harrison at Dale County when they got Henderson.
I got you.
The great Henderson, and then when Pate left to take the Elva job, Moore stayed at Dale County and coached at Dale County.
Yeah,
left Dale County to come to Goshen.
Yeah, that team, that Dale County team, they could have played anybody. They were really a good football team.
They played in the state championship game but lost.
Yeah, But
at one time on that staff also was Will Pouncey.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So there's several local coaches that were under Pate.
Yeah, Pate's a good football coach, and and I tell you what, he had a much improved Rehoboth team too. He's found his niche.
I don't know. Forrest will have to tell us when he comes on Thursday, but I don't think Goshen made the playoffs.
That's what I was looking for, yeah.
I think Luverne, Lynette, Holland Home. I'm trying to think of who that fourth team was.
Yeah.
I'll have to find out.
I know this. They got a running back named Jamari McClure who gained 157 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. And had two catches for 131 yards and a touchdown receiving. That's pretty good. That's over 300 yards, or right at 300 yards in total offense. This kid named McClure.
Our great friend Vinny Beard was at the Alabama game over the weekend, watching Alabama Mississippi State.
How did you?
His beautiful daughter Carmen was posting pictures of him at the game together.
Yeah, okay. He didn't tell me that he was going up there, but I'm glad he did.
Alabama, of course, had homecoming over the weekend, and I was looking at some of the floats that some of these sororities made. Man, they were incredible.
Yeah.
I tell you what, they had to go to the Rose Bowl parade and do floats.
Yeah. It's all about money. Money.
Yeah, that was some impressive floats, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're already talking about on ESPN, do the Patriots have a quarterback controversy, Dad? So
yeah, I know it. I hate that.
Mac Jones might be in trouble.
Yeah, I know it. Sure might. But you know what? He didn't. The rookie didn't do anything though until after the second quarter. They shut him out after that.
Yeah, he had one drive where he threw a touchdown pass, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Of course, Charles Henderson, good right up in the messenger today. I tell you what, I want to compliment Bobby Rice and the messenger. I think they cover a lot of good sports, and the sports that we want to hear about. The Troy University, the high schools in our area. And he does a great job.
Yeah, he has done a good job. The messenger. I follow them on Facebook, and they always post articles that are interesting, and I try to read as many as I can.
Yeah.
It's one of those where I guess if you pay a certain amount of money throughout the year, you can read all the articles online.
Yeah. Of course, Troy, good article on Troy in South Alabama, and Troy just kept the ball on the ground, Mike. South Alabama couldn't stop them. I thought they were.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an amazing redemption story for DK Billingsley. I mean, what can you say? I mean, the kid didn't really play for 2 years. He was, third or fourth string. Troy didn't even play the kid out of Gaston City anymore. Wood.
Yeah, and he's a big, strong, and the kid from.
They've never played Charles Strong, who they talked about nonstop.
And I didn't even see.
A guy that was recruited to play running back at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So I mean, SEC school.
Can't get on the field.
Never sees the field at Troy.
That's right.
Running back. It's kind of a crazy.
And listen to this. He was 6'3" and weighed 230 pounds. Running back.
And there was countless articles about him in the spring.
Yeah.
So
he was not even on.
You don't ever know how it's going to play out, but Troy has 2 running backs that are pretty good. They got Vidal, the kid out of Atlanta, Marietta.
Yeah.
That's been your starter probably the last 2 years, and then DK is just running out of his mind. I mean,
he had 86 yards. He had 86 yards rushing on 19 carries.
Man, I don't know what.
Vidal 64.
Play clock against South Alabama, but when you get 2 first downs, I don't know how in the world Troy had to punt at the very end there. Of course, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But you moved the ball, but it's still scary that they had a chance with 20 seconds left.
Well, let me tell you this: didn't you think that was an incomplete pass that the clock should have stopped?
I thought that was.
And they did not stop it.
One of the weirder things you've ever seen, because Coach Summerall had already gone out, shook hands with Womack.
Yeah.
Troy had players jumping in the stand. People were everywhere. They would have to get back on the field and run another play.
Did you know?
Definitely their mindset would have been the game was over. You might could have saw some freakish.
I hate to say this, but it's the truth. Unless the pass was considered a lateral, the only thing I can think of,
they said he caught it and tried to lateral.
All right.
That's what they said.
Well, okay, that I can understand it then.
You got to say that they had the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's right.
They had to have a touchdown.
Yeah.
So,
but let me tell you this: I would have been scared to death. Hey, I would have been scared to death.
there was only 3 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
It would have taken about 2 pass interference penalties in a row because they would have had no time to stop the clock.
Yeah. But thank goodness it was over.
Of course, we've seen crazier things happen, though. I mean, we'll always remember that UAB game at Legion Field.
Oh, I was there. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
the guy catches the ball at the 3-yard line.
And he sits down, and then when he falls back, they give him a touchdown.
Yeah. Somebody ought to give that win to Larry Blakeney and take that away from Neil Callaway, who was one of the worst head coaches in the history of football.
Yeah. I wonder what he's doing now.
I don't know.
He and Bud Casey were real good friends, and I used to.
Yeah, he stole one from Troy that day. Instant replay did not work that day. They claimed they didn't have a camera on the goal line.
Yeah, that's right. Can you believe that? Today they would have caught it, I think, but they didn't.
Yeah, that's one of the more travesties you'll ever see in a football game there.
Yeah. Want to mention Zion Chapel. Want to congratulate them on a thriller at home with the score tied 14-14. Abbeville had the ball deep in Zion Chapel territory with a chance to go ahead. After a penalty and a sack pushed Abbeville back, the Rebels forced a 4th down attempt and the double Zion Chapel's Jackson Adcock batted down a desperation heave on the last play of the game, and they won the football game 22-16.
That's great.
And that was a big
they
win for
They
them.
won three games.
That's right. Over a talented Abbeville team, you know. And
Yeah, I'll say they'll never beat Abbeville at basketball, but everything beats.
yeah. But it was a great win, and Micah Fuller added the extra point, and quarterback Morgan Sanders capped off the drive with a 5-yard touchdown run to put Zion Chapel ahead with 22 seconds left. So they win the game 22-16. So
that's good. I tell you what, they built a nice little.
Oh, they were beautiful, beautiful. You're right. It's a great place.
Have some boosters. Give them some money at Zion Chapel.
Yeah.
Nice facility.
Well, I tell you what, they have students.
They're the smallest 2A school I've ever seen in my life with 2 gyms now.
Yeah, I know it. They really do, and they've got an outstanding program. Their band program's excellent. The cheerleader program's excellent. You know, everything that goes with the football is excellent. And you know,
they've never been great football. They've never been great baseball or basketball. But I mean, it's a good school.
Yes, sir. Excellent school. We're gonna take
one of those little schools that a lot of people I don't think are aware about. You know, you don't realize until you see it.
Yeah, but I tell you what, it's a fine school, and they just added a lot of money to it, and I tell you, I can see people wanting to move down there and go to school there because it's a real good.
Yeah,
good
everybody
school.
was posting on Facebook. I guess Banks has a new location too.
Banks, Birmingham, you mean?
No, Banks has built a new school.
Oh yeah, but it's you know they're I reckon they go to the 9th grade or the 8th grade. I'm not sure. It's not a high school.
Maybe 8th grade before you go to Pike County, I guess.
I would think that they could make that a 4-year school or a school that goes to the 12th grade, but they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, growing up in Troy, you had people that went to Shellhorn.
Yeah.
People that went to Banks.
And Spring Hill, another.
Yeah. You had Spring Hill. That's right.
Yes, sir. And but it's nice to be able to talk about them this morning. We're gonna take a short break. We'll be back. Oh boy, you
break.
You got a lot.
He's not on break.
Oh, we're not? Okay. Back to our show. Brought to you by Pike Tree Service, and boy, they do a great job too. And also Circle Insurance in Ozark, Sam Judah and all his staff, one of the leading insurers in this area. And of course, again, Oakview Manor.
Yeah, we need to mention the Will Matthews Law Firm. Will's really nice to call in and give us picks every week. He had a rough week this past week, but Will has the longest running, I guess, business in Ozark, Alabama.
Yeah, it went on. You're right. It's been there for a long time, and of course he has a excellent law firm, and we appreciate him being a part of our show. And also about
I had friends of mine, Neil DeSheriff's got a workout regimen called Faith One out of Tuscaloosa, where a bunch of guys get together and work out early in the morning, and then after that they have a devotion.
Yeah.
Neil started a chapter of this up in Tuscaloosa. Him and a bunch of guys working out in the morning, running, doing push-ups, stuff like that. And Neil started in Tuscaloosa. Now they have chapters all over the state of Alabama. I think he's a part of one in Birmingham. But yesterday morning, he started the first chapter in Troy, Alabama.
Oh, great!
So they were working out yesterday on the square in downtown Troy at 5:30 in the morning. Neil Green DeShera, John Grady Reeves, a bunch of guys I grew up with. So I wanted to give them a shout out this morning that they're starting a new workout faith-based chapter group in Troy, Alabama.
I drove through downtown yesterday, and I was wondering why so many cars were down there. And that's exactly what was going on.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it was over. It was over by about 6:15, 6:30.
Yeah, but I rode through there about 5:30.
Yeah, well, that's when they were out there.
Yeah.
So,
But Hey,
Neil came down from Tuscaloosa to
God bless you.
down in Troy.
You're exactly right. That's wonderful, wonderful. Is this a
It's something that's still like taking over the, I mean, it's nationwide. I think there's like 3,000 different people that do this F1 faith workout thing, but it's one of those things where Neil's really involved in it. I wanted to start one in Troy.
Oh yeah, well that's great, and it's good to see him back in Troy doing those things. And of course,
I want to mention one of Neil's best friends, Andy Falk, PS Falk Furniture down in Enterprise, Alabama. Andy's got so much cool stuff down there: driftwood, teak wood. I mean, he's got bedding, couches, lamps. I mean, anything you need to decorate a home.
He has furniture. I tell you what, he has furnished furniture from around the world, and of course that's where he goes.
He has a lot of business down here at the beach. There's several different furniture companies and stuff that buy stuff from Andy and actually sell it down here.
Yeah.
So, it's a really cool business. PS Falk Furniture in Enterprise, Alabama. What if Enterprise made the playoffs? It'd be interesting to get Chuck Dunn on the show.
They were.
He's on that staff. I know they've won a lot of games.
In fact, let's see if they play this week. Enterprise. I've got them.
Let me see if I can pull up their record. I think they made the playoffs.
They should have. They were playing real good at the end. Here we go. They're playing at Robert E. Lee.
They're 6-3, 4-3 in the region. I would imagine 4-3 would have got them in the playoffs.
Yeah, they played Robert E. Lee this weekend for their last game of the season.
They started the season beating Bay out of Panama City, Florida, 41-7. Then they lost to Auburn, 31-21, which is a good Auburn team.
Yeah.
Then they lost at Central Phoenix City, 27-7. They beat Smith Station 64-13. Rehoboth 50-6. Problem must be really good. Lost to Problem 42-26. Beat Dothan 51-28. Beat Opelika 22-14.
Those were big wins right there.
Beat Jeff Davis out of Montgomery 33-14. And their last game will be
against Robert E.
Lee. At Robert E. Lee. Enterprise is 6-3. Robert E. Lee's 1-8. So if Enterprise wins this game, they'll go to 7-3. And it looks like they're already scheduled to play Baker of Florida in the playoffs. Is what it looks like to me. Because they got Baker scheduled on 11-4. So that must be who they're playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, might be. But we'll be keeping it up there.
That'd be a great first season for Ben Blackman to go 7-3 at Enterprise.
Oh yeah, and I know they're pleased down there. And I've already talked to some people, and
got Cole Weeks on that staff. Troy's running back coach. He's on that staff, and just Chuck Dunn. A bunch of guys we know on that staff.
Yeah. Well,
of course, Blackman had been there and done that. He won a state championship at Spanish Fort, and that was a big hire to get him to leave Spanish Fort to come to Enterprise.
Yeah, but I tell you what, out of all the schools in the state, I don't believe anybody takes it more serious than Enterprise. They've got a great program and got a beautiful
facility. They only have one natural roster. They only have Dothan High
in
their area they can play. Other than that, man, you got to drive to Montgomery.
You're right.
Mobile. You got to drive to Auburn. You got to drive to Opelika. Yeah. I mean, those are all long trips.
Mike,
I tell you what, how great would it have been to see Charles Henderson in the Enterprise play this year?
Yeah, exactly. Mike, not only is Jacksonville State building a program there, North Alabama played Eastern Kentucky this past weekend. Eastern Kentucky beat North Alabama 56-53. That was a heck of a game, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, you and Amos have pretty good offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, a game we didn't talk about that was shocking is Central Florida, who'd been red hot.
Yeah.
Went to East Carolina. They're only a 5.5, 6-point favorite. East Carolina beat them up
Oh yeah, East Carolina's gotten good. I tell you, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised that Central Florida. I thought they might win out, but Malzahn, I think, now have 2 losses on the year. One to Louisville at home, and now one to East Carolina. Of course, Chip Lindsey's his offense coordinator. Brian Blackman, Ben Blackman's brother, is the special teams coordinator, so we know a lot of people on that staff as well.
Mike, do me a favor. Check with. Well, let's see. Well, I lost my train of thought.
I don't know what UNA's record is in football this year. I could find it.
Yeah. No, hey, that conference that Jacksonville's they're going to be in.
They're going to be in Conference USA.
Tell me who's all in that conference.
Well, I mean, it's going to take a while to give you all that information because there's so many teams still in it.
Oh yeah.
And then there's so many leaving it. So I mean, it won't happen until 2024. I think.
It won't.
It's when the transition happens. Yeah.
So
we've already talked about it on the show numerous times.
Yeah.
You're going to have Liberty join.
That's a pretty good team.
Jack State's going to join.
Do they got
trying to pull up UNA's record? Man, UNA is 1-6.
That's right.
In 1AA.
And but you watch them though; they'll be pretty tough.
UNA has lost 5 in a row. They lost their first game, heartbreaking loss to Indiana State, 17-14. They beat University of Virginia Wise. I've never even heard of that team in my life. 49-17. They lost to Chattanooga, 41-14. How in the world is Chattanooga not Division I?
I know it.
You're talking about a Division I town if I've ever been to one.
Yeah.
They got a stadium that already holds 30,000.
I know it.
Arlington State, they lost 43-28. Apparently, Charleston State's in Texas.
Yeah.
They lost the Kennesaw State
from Atlanta
40-34. They lost to Jacksonville State 47-31. And then we made that trip many a time to Eastern Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky Colonels beat North Alabama 56-53.
Yeah.
And then they got to finish with, man, look at the schedule they got to finish with. At Central Arkansas, they're always good. Tennessee, always good. Tennessee Tech.
Yeah.
And then, listen to this, last game of the season at Memphis.
Oh, boy, I tell you, they got a tough schedule, don't they? You're right.
Yeah, I mean, they might only win one game.
But they'll build a program there. You know they know how to win, and just like Jacksonville knows how to win, and Troy knows how to win.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I don't know if anybody ever goes up to that Florence Muscle Shoals area, but it's a beautiful part of the state.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Tennessee River.
I mean, UNA is a great Division I town.
Yeah, the division. Yeah, that's right. It's a big town, and
it's Division I in every sport except football.
Yeah, that's right. And their basketball program.
Jacksonville State, it'll be really interesting to see what Rodriguez does as far as the portal. I mean, I would imagine Jack State will really try to load up in the portal when they make that jump to Division I.
But when will they make it? When will they actually make it?
2024 is what I read.
I got you. And all of that good programs,
Troy, I would imagine Troy and Jack State will probably start playing each other. Troy can't find games. I mean, I would love to play UAB before Jack State because I think that's a better game.
Yeah.
But Troy's already got natural rivals in South Alabama, Southern Miss. But it would be great to pick up either UAB or Jack State again, too.
Well, let me ask you this now. Talking about UAB.
Troy lost several games against UAB when they gave up football.
Yeah.
I think they've scheduled a few, like maybe in the 2030 range.
Mike, tell me about, UAB's schedule rest away. Are they going to be able to be in a bowl?
Well, I mean, Brian Dempsey, we know him very well. Hope for the best, but boy, he's lost every game he's played on the road this year.
Yeah. What is their record right now?
About to get signed as a head coach when you can't win on the road.
Yeah.
Let me try to find the rest of their schedule in football. Let's see. So UAB is now 4-3.
So they're two games.
Boca Raton this weekend to play Florida Atlantic.
All right. And
that will be a tough game to play Florida Atlantic down there, considering they haven't won a road game yet. After that, they'll be back at home against University of Texas San Antonio, who's the best team in the league.
Yeah. So
on November the 5th. After that, they'll host North Texas on November the 12th.
And that's a tough team too.
Then this is not a game you're going to win. At LSU, UAB travels on November 19th.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, UAB has beaten LSU
before,
and you know who the head coach of LSU was when UAB beat them? One Nick Saban.
Nick Saban?
Yeah, UAB.
UAB beat Nick Saban. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then last game of the year, tough trip always when you go to Harry Bradshaw country, Ruston, Louisiana Tech, last game to finish the season.
Well,
I'll tell you what, man, he better beat Florida Atlantic this weekend to get to 5-3. And
do you know they're going to have
hope he can find one more win to get the bowl eligibility.
You know, it's going to be tough. Every game you called out is a pretty tough game, I think. So
yeah, I mean, I think the world of Brian Benson.
I do
He's
too.
A super nice guy, but he was in a tough situation to be thrown in to be interim coach. Bill Clark didn't step down until the summer.
Yeah.
So, tough situation to be in. Of course, these guys have played hard and have an unbelievable program under Clark. Brian Benson's been a part of it, but
and another said
UAB won 10 games last year and beat BYU in a bowl game.
Yeah, that's right. And the thing about it, their coaches on an interim basis. So Brian Benson.
He's not promised a job. And there's a lot of people.
Oh yeah, they would love to have that job. You're right.
You got that brand new 45,000 seat stadium.
Yeah.
In the heart of downtown Birmingham, you got an indoor-outdoor athletic football facility.
That's right. Yeah.
You can practice at all times. I mean, that program's. I mean, it's rolling right now.
But
actually, it'll be shocking if they don't make a bowl game as good as they've been over the last several years.
And like you said, Mike, and I hate it for Brian Benson. They're probably going to go out and get a big name coach.
Yeah, you got to think that'd probably be the case. I mean, they've lost some heartbreaking games. I mean, their losses have all been close. 21-14 at Liberty. Liberty just beat BYU by 30.
Yeah.
At home. Another close loss here at Rice in Houston, 28-24. And then they fumbled the ball 3 times against Western Kentucky in Bowling Green and got beat 20-17 this past weekend. So UAB's all 3 losses.
They got beat by They got beat by Bowling Green.
They got beat by Western Kentucky in Bowling Green.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Troy beat Western Kentucky at Bowling Green.
Yeah.
UAB got beat by 3 points.
Yeah, that's something. Well, I tell you
Western Kentucky's going to a bowl game.
I tell you what, they got a good team. Western Kentucky.
All right, man, let's wrap it up. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, and of course, brought to you by Southeast Gas, and we appreciate them so much being a part of our show. I hope that you enjoyed our show today, and we look forward to Max Howell will be our guest tomorrow, and then of course on Thursday is our Pickett show that everybody seems to really enjoy. We hope you've enjoyed it this morning, and sleep tight tomorrow, and wake up.
Sleep tight.
And we'll wake up, and let's have a great day tomorrow.